Hello everyone. I'm going to be explaining a concept that I just learned, which, um, yeah, it blew my mind after I understood it. Basically, it is to have dynamically outputted data on a website or an app, and that is using the use state hook, which is a core concept of Java. So I'm going to be explaining first the code itself, and then I'm going to be explaining how it works and how it is seen. So we've got the tab button component, and we've got the app.jsx component. We can see that we have imported the use state, which is a hook from the React library. Um, Essentially what it does is that it allows the website to update data once the site has a different interaction with the user. In this case, we've got a variable called, well, actually a const object, which has a array. Essentially it is an array, and it has two different parameters or values, actually: selected topic and set selected topic. Selected topic would be the initial value or the initial state of the very same object, and we've got the use state function, which essentially changes the value of what we want to desire to be outputted. So after that, we've got also the handle select function, which takes as a parameter the selected button, which basically, if we see over here, we've got the tab button component that we talked about previously, and once it's selected, it takes a function, a dynamically outputted function, to handle select the specific value that we want to output, which is each one of those components. So essentially we've got each one of those, and it will be outputted as we desire. Now, we've got over here as well the set selected topic, and it outputs as well the selected button as a parameter. And finally, it consoles .log the selected topic that we previously wanted. So how does this relate to essentially the example that I'm learning right now? As we can see over here, we've got the website, and there are four components and an initial value of please click a button, which is the initial value that I mentioned previously, this one. And now this would be the first one before we choose the first value as an user, and then the set selected button would be the next one, and selected topic would be the previous one. So let's see how that works. So if I click on components, I will be able to see components here, as we have set over here. On set selected topics, it outputs the selected button, and as we see on the console, we've got the please click a button, which is the first state on selected topic. Now set selected topic has the new value, which is components, and if I click JSX, it outputs components, which basically tells us that the updated component would be the previously selected, which is components. So it's like going one level, one variable at a time. We don't need to create a whole array with each one of those states or variables, since we only need to update to the most recent one. This is useful, incredibly useful, and I already have like a bunch of ideas of how it's gonna be used. I know essentially that hooks are one of the greatest things that JavaScript, React has. So yeah, that's what I have learned so far.